Undead against Night Elf, France against Ukraine. It's KraV against Foggy yet again, and yet again I'm joined by Todd. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's been an absolute pleasure to casting with you, Carson. It was our first time this tournament, and you've been doing amazing. I'm proud of you.
Very much, man. Thank you. Thank you. It's actually been a lot of fun. I've really only casted with Neo before, but casted with you, casted with Remo. It's been a blast, and the series yesterday was a blast as well. Win all 3 maps, we had a couple bangers in there, and I hope to see it again. These guys are so exciting to watch together.
Yeah, it feels like so many of the series from KraV always have this weird X factor because he plays a little bit outside of the box of reality, I want to say almost. Like, it just has a very unconventional style, which for most undeads, usually they stick to kind of, you know, what's more standard. It hasn't always felt like he was the race with which you could get the most creative necessarily, but not when this guy plays. Crypt Lord against Night Elf is apparently his new thing, and we're going to be seeing that here yet again on Concealed Hill. Yeah, it's a matchup that a lot of undeads tend to struggle with, and the fact that KraV just goes crazy, goes Crypt Lord, goes fast expansion all the time, he really simplifies it for himself, at least from a micro standpoint, not necessarily from a strategical standpoint. But yeah, and it's Crypt Lord again. There's the Beatles. He said earlier you got to worry about splitting those summons, of course, against the Wisp, but Foggy didn't really have the best of early game detonates yesterday, so is that something that he's maybe improved upon? There's definitely a couple of things he could have fixed from his games yesterday, and he wished he could fix that critter with the block yet again. The way to fix it is to kill it, sadly.
Yeah.
But then somebody might call PETA. KraV in this case, we know that he loves expanding. He knows that Foggy knows, so does he still go for it? Does he do a different variations or timing with that expansion? There's no tech yet from him. Foggy now gonna launch his own tech. Class of attack for KraV, circulate for Foggy in the early game. You know, earlier, when he was doing the interview, I asked him if he had a message for Foggy, and he replied something about baguette, which baguette in French, you know, is like our bread.
Right.
The thing is, French is a very complicated language, and mine is kind of rusty because I've lived abroad for a very long time. But what he really meant was, get the magic wand out, because that's the same word. You also say baguette, but usually baguette magique. So yeah, that's what he meant for Foggy. So even there, he was very playful before having to play against him again.
This guy is just a content king. This is unbelievable. He's always got something witty going on. He's always got the witty Twitter posts as well. I don't know if he put one before the game. I didn't have time to check, but maybe I will in between. He's gonna get an entangle. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Is it gonna get out? I think it will to the staff, but he's gonna have to go heal at the fountains, but still a nice distraction for KraV to get this entire lab, and probably a nice consumable here as well.
And he did tech already. Foggy is not really understanding what's happening. He's checking the turtle at the top, but that's not where KraV is right now. Water mana stealing, that's a big deal against a keeper that always has mana. You could take some of his mana away, get some extra impel for yourself. And KraV, this reminds me of, he played against Happy in one of the DreamHacks last year, one of the early ones. And on Northern Isle, he managed to make Happy lose his scent. He crept a couple extra camps, including the Tusker on the right-hand side, got ahead and won that one map against Happy, which, I mean, you win one map against Happy, you can beat anybody. So, very big deal here what happened early on in this game, and KraV is getting very close to level 3 here already.
Yeah, he's able to heal up a little bit, and Foggy needs to heal up a little bit. Is this an overcommitment? He summons Treants, he uses an entangle. We saw a lot of ghoul kills from the Keeper of the Grove yesterday of Foggy, and he does get out scot-free, but a lot of mana invested for only one ghoul. The Crypt Lord is coming back in to defend, but no impale in range of that Keeper, and the archers are creeping on their own. So pretty nice distraction from Foggy. The question is, what's his follow-up? Is he going to go for an expansion? Maybe Demon Hunter second, some Dryads. Of course, Dryads are going to counter everything the Crypt Lord has to offer. Question is, will KraV go for that Gargoyle style again? Probably the best option. Yeah, he is building a second Crypt, so it will be Gargs yet again.
Yeah, and when they played earlier in this tournament, KraV played expandless. Like, not that he wasn't trying to expand, but he played with Gargoyles, then he went into Frostworms, you know, he saved a bunch of gold, built the big army, and then had to fight. Even at the end of the game when he mined out, you know, you already have the 5 Acolytes, so it's very common to restart the gold mine, but instead he made units, he tried to go all in, but Foggy was able to hold because at the time he had mass Dryads against a lot of Gargoyles, and KraV made 2 kind of useless Frostworms against mass Dryads. And that was the big mistake in my opinion in that game. So he's going to drop light on the expansion. And I wouldn't be surprised if he just started making Gargoyles now, creeping the fountains. as well, and we could be looking at a very different game to what we saw yesterday already.
Yeah, and Foggy adjusting, getting that Panda second. That's going to be great against the Gargs and the Ghouls. But yeah, yesterday KraV got all 3 red camps. So will he be able to emulate that again? That is a little bit unlikely. Obviously, you're going to get both fountains with the Gargs, but getting that middle camp, getting that Ogre can be tricky with Gargs, and I doubt Foggy's going to give him that space yet again. There's a lot of archers. Nice detonate on the Blight to ensure there's no sneaky tower going up there. One archer dying to just a solo beetle. That's nice little multitasking from KraV, but the Panda is still going to get all the experience over here.
He's coming in.
The Shredder. Oh, this could be a big creep jack.
Coming in hot. Archer's pretty slow on the map. If he gets the Shredder as well. Oh my god, he surrounded the Panda. He's getting the Panda and he's going to get the snipe on this. Not sure why he impelled, actually. That was going to die regardless, but maybe he thought there could be a Staff of Preservation almost ready behind this. And KraV gets level 4 from this. Wow. Very big creep jack here, because the Panda, that was going to be level 2 here. And now he's back to the altar. He's gone for a while. Foggy having to remake that from the altar from scratch.
And you need level 3 Panda here. You really desperately need it. And you also need your keeper. This might be a town portal. KraV, okay, he almost locks it in. The beetle does not close it in the bottom, and Foggy may have been able to fight his way out anyway. There is some units going up to the top left to clear that expansion, some treants. That's what got Foggy almost the game yesterday, was canceling that Haunted Goldmine with only treants. But now the Shredder! No, the Shredder! What a pick-off from KraV. This is going from bad to worse for Foggy. This is some excellent play so far by KraV.
Yeah, this creep lord is speed creeping everything to level 5 here. Units are on the map. The Panda gets the... throws the Shredder in there. There's no stopping this guy. I love what they said on the desk earlier. You know, that he's got the knife between his teeth.
Yeah.
He's coming in hot. That's really what this Crypt Lord, this Crypt Lord feels like right now in this game. And yeah, the Panda still not level 2. He's trying to secure that now at the laboratory. I wouldn't be surprised if KraV tried to re-expand down the line. But for now, he's just getting Black Citadel. And this time, I am sure he's going to be very careful about not making Frost Worms against Dryads.
Yeah. I think we were in agreement yesterday that only like pure Gargs would have been perfect against that 88 supply Dryad army at one point. I'm not sure what else he could go into. Maybe double Slaughterhouse, I think, was mentioned on the desk with some Abominations, with some Meat Wagons if you want to transition. Tough to do on one base. Oh my god, Foggy. Okay. Okay, a curveball thrown the way of KraV at last. And I guess that's, you know, you got to play crazy against a crazy player. So I like that from Foggy.
If this gets spotted, this will be very bad. So Foggy's somehow fully anticipating KraV not to even attempt take that expansion or check it anytime soon. Really interesting. He's going to secure the center. Let's see, can be hit or miss with those items.
Ooh, that's a good one, especially with the Panda. Yeah, that is a hit. That is a hit. What is the Crippler going to get? Oh, that's not a hit. That's not a hit. That's a bust and a half. Boots of Kel'Thuzad. Not going to be good for anything, but a little bit more armor, I guess, make the tanky Cripplord even more tanky. But yeah, Foggy. Will this expansion in the top left? This is what this game is going to rely on for Foggy. He knows he's a little bit behind after losing that Shredder, after losing that Panda. This expansion is his ticket back into the game.
Yeah, KraV now going into a lot of Gargoyles. Foggy's going to have so much mana to work with here, thanks to the Khadgar. And it's always useful when you have 2 mana relying heroes like this. Tries to go for a surround on the keeper, but there's going to be staff available anyway, so probably not the best to impel from this far. But he's going to force a lot of Moonwell usage here at this point in the game.
Yeah, a lot of damage.
Standing up there, by the way.
Yeah, that's so crazy. You see Foggy do a lot of weird strategical moves, but never anything that just is completely crazy. You don't see that from Foggy. But so far, it's up and it's about to entangle, and there's been no scout. This must be Foggy watching that replay on Concealed Hill from their last game and making adjustments, because as you pointed out earlier, maybe KraV just didn't ever check the expansion after he crept it last game until the main gold mines ran out. So this could be brilliant from Foggy. Oh, the Death Knight, take a lot of damage. Got to be careful, but there is a fountain.
And he got a crystal ball, sadly, so still missing out on those better items that you could find there. Luckily, he's going to have the fountain to heal with for free, as those Gargoyles, they keep on trying to snipe a lot of wisps around the main base of Foggy. He's done a pretty good job at wisp retention for now. Still has a decent amount of lumber to work with. It's very snowbally when you play Gargoyles. You know, if you can kill a lot of the wisps right off the bat, then he really wrecked the lumber economy of the Night Elf, and then he's just kind of stuck on tier 2 having to remake wisps all the time, but that's not really been the case, you know.
Is under siege.
And only one of the red camps going to KraV, the middle, and the second Drake going, oh my god, to the Panda, and he gets a Sobi Bass. This is going to be endless breaths of fire for Foggy. He could even go into the main base, he could go for Ziggurat kills, he could go for hit and run plays with that much mana on the Panda. But the Wisps are starting to die, and remember, the Shredder did die earlier, so these Wisps are very important for Foggy, especially now that he's on 2 base economy with that expansion.
Yeah, Lich is there now. We've seen when the Lich enters the field in their previous match that the keeper is going to be in real danger. Yeah. Impale, Coil, Nova, and you're out of there very quickly. So you'll have to be very careful, especially because staff for preservation is on the keeper right now. So if the keeper was to be targeted, he can't staff himself, and the Town Portal is on the Panda. So well-timed Impale could get the green summoning force out of there.
Yeah, level 3 Impale it is. Once that Death Knight hits 3, yeah, this could be a one-shot nuke, as we saw so many times yesterday. And KraV was very quick on his feet with finding those Impale openings, and Foggy was a little bit sloppy with his staff, like he pointed out. So is Foggy going to be more on point? He already got that Invuln pop, but the Keeper is the one that will be on the menu if the Impale comes in. The expansion has not yet been scouted, but will Foggy accidentally lead KraV to the left side of his base? He might actually lead him there.
Yeah, KraV already scouted that expo with the Beatles, so he knows he's
Oh,
there.
He did see it, okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's for him to decide how does he go about facing this. He still went for a Boneyard. There's another Protector on the way. There's a shop as well. Foggy's going to play tower defense in that location. He's made a Demon Hunter third.
Yeah, kind of cool. The mana burn is going to be helpful. The Crippler doesn't have a big mana pool, so even a couple level 1 mana burns will be useful. The Panda, we're talking about the nuke, and there's the nuke coming in, but it has an Invuln pot. Nice dodge with the Stone Form. That was sick from KraV, and now the Ancient Protectors are exposed, and although 2 are scary, if there's this many ghouls, this many beetles on top of them, and no army to defend them, they're just going to go down. And the expansion probably hasn't paid for itself because of all the buildings invested here as well.
Yeah, this is such a strong timing here by KraV because he had more supply. He never had to invest anything into an expansion, so he just hit this. He broke up Keep and then he hit this very strong timing there. But the Demon Hunter putting in some work here, negating some of the mana from those heroes. The thing is, it's only level 1. I like that choice of going for Demon because he needs something to try and, I guess, slow down those heroes and their effect in the game. Invuln is available on the Panda. He's still got a bunch of mana to work with. Town Portal is going to be forced out of there. KraV is killing Dryads left and right if he can get back on top of this expansion here. How does Foggy deal with this? Does he Town Portal back to that location? Obviously, Ancient Protectors are very tanky, but yeah, is it going to be enough?
Yeah, he did manage to kill a lot of the ghouls, Foggy, and the Gargs are not going to be too effective at taking down these buildings. So, like you say, if Foggy can maybe double Town Portal, and he does actually. So he's coming back with a almost full HP Panda. Full mana, though, is the important part. The Demon Hunter is also healed up, and even if the Demon Hunter dies, if he gets 1 mana burn off, eats an Impale Coil Nova, I think that's job well done for a level 1 Demon Hunter. I think you're happy to lose that and not your Keeper. So as a third hero, as an Orb Carrier, as a tank, as a frontline, it's going to be pretty useful, even if it doesn't get too many levels in the future.
Yeah, the Orb count is at 2 right now for Foggy, 1 on the Keeper, 1 on the Demon Hunter. They almost clash here near the Merchants. KraV is playing this style statuless. He never makes a slaughterhouse. Instead, he goes for the Boneyard and Frostworm, which, yes, they're going to be able to shoot down heroes, but not Dryads. So he doesn't have very good mana regen, sadly, for him. Whereas if he did, this Tri-Hero would be that much scarier. Yeah. So now, he's in a really rough spot because does he attack into this expansion when there's Protectors in the army there? Probably not. He could counter-expand and then run around the map, really take control over there. And it looks like he might be trying to attack the main base. It's a very good strategic move because he knows that Foggy's across the map.
Oh, and the Shredder again, this could be a big pick-off. The Lumber, it hasn't actually been returned by the Shredder yet, so Foggy's under 300 Lumber now. That Shredder probably had a couple hundred in his hands and didn't return it before he died. That's the second Shredder for Foggy. That's 700 gold invested into those Shredders. Nice Ancient of War position, I believe that is, in the middle for Foggy. Scouting just in case an Acolyte goes there. The heroes are being focused. That's why KraV gets the Frostworm. It's just to dive the heroes over and over again. He doesn't even care about the Dryads, really. But now he's going for them. Now he's got on top. Another Impale on the Panda. Another Breath of Fire exchange. Not dodged this time. Invuln used, but the Panda's going to get away. The Dryads are on the menu, though. This could be a lot of kills.
He's getting a lot of them. Demon Hunter putting in work as well. There's no coil. The Lich is about to go down. Breath of Fire will land on the Lich and all of the gargoyles here. Foggy, it looks like he might be cleaning up here in a second. With the Panda still having mana, the Keeper still having a lot of mana himself. Trance coming in handy. He's got Entangles also working in his favor. KraV feels like he cannot really fight anymore. He's lost so many of his gargoyles. And without the Lich, he doesn't have the orb effect. Instant revives the Lich. Staff is forced on the Panda. Foggy trying to hold on. He goes for the Lich again, and there is still no coil.
Oh, the nuke tables turn. All the Gargs are dying to the Panda. The Panda was such a good adjustment. The Demon Hunter was such a good adjustment as well for Foggy. Just seemed to really know what to do in this series on this second attempt on Concealed Hill. And now as long as he doesn't lose any heroes, because that's really how KraV was coming back on their last game. A couple of Dryads are going to fall, but still 2-base economy. And the Ancient Protectors are definitely not going to be falling down to just the heroes if there's repair, if there's the heroes of Foggy protecting them. Lots of potions bought. Foggy does not want to lose his heroes, and he's not going to lose the game either. 1-0 for Foggy.
You know, I said that KraV was not going to make the same mistake and go Frostworm, but he makes the exact same mistake here. There's only pure Dryads from Foggy. He goes for Frostworm. It's kind of useless. I mean, yes, it can slow the hero, but it's such a big investment. Very costly units. You have to get the Boneyard as well. And playing without statues here means you don't have very good regen on neither on hit points, but neither on mana. Like, that mana is so important, especially when you have such a strong tri-hero like he does. That Demon Hunter thirds really came in handy for Foggy to start negating those heroes more and more. He had the orb as well. I really wish that KraV would have made that adjustment, because I think he would have had a much better shot that way.
Yeah, the story of this game was really Foggy making nice adjustments, even like hard reads on what KraV was going to do with that expansion callouts, like just saying you're not going to scout this. So Foggy making really nice adjustments, and KraV sort of making the same, what we called mistakes yesterday with those Frostworms. Yeah, and I think, you know, he goes for it, I guess, to go for more hero focus. But like you point out, if he goes for a Slaughterhouse, if he goes for a statue, then he just has more mana for the nukes. And if he has more nukes, maybe he gets a hero kill, maybe he gets that Death Knight level 3, which I don't think he ever got at just the tail end of the game. I guess he did, but he never really had it when he needed it, and he wasn't really getting many unit kills. So a couple adjustments going to need to be made by KraV going into game 2, which is going to be on Terranus Stand.
Yeah. Very, very different map. Usually a map that's with C-Veto in a lot of the matchups, but not here in this Night Elf against Undead. Foggy obviously extremely good with the Warden. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw that here on this map. And KraV, I mean, if he's able to secure the expansion easily, he's very, very scary player. This is definitely maybe the best map for that, to take an expansion early on. That's going to be very, very hard to contest. So Foggy, I'm really curious to how he's going to play against this. We saw that yesterday, the first time that they met on Conceal Hill, initially he was anticipating a fast expansion, and he was going to go for double Enchant of War Mass Tier 1. So there's a chance he saved this for this map.
Yeah, and that ended up working out at the end of the series on Twisted Meadows. That game was like, 5 minutes long, the double Ancient of War. So if KraV goes for that fast expansion, he's doing it with a Crypt Lord as well. This could be Foggy's play, and this is definitely a map to go for a Warden as well, which is what he was pairing on Twisted Meadows with those double Ancient of Wars. So maybe an opportunity for this. Although, will KraV make an adjustment? Maybe just play one base on this map. Although it's tempting to expand, maybe, there's a time to change. Time to change, possibly. Or he could even go Death Knight, maybe. The first time in what, 5 games now? Maybe go Death Knight.
One base, Death Knight? Are you listing the things that we're never going to see on Terranus, or what, Carson? What is this?
Well, no, he could go Death Knight and maybe fast expand with it. It might be safer because less detonates, there's not summons that are super volatile to Wisps. Maybe that might be the better option, but we'll have to wait and see. Because Terranus Stand is, it might be too tempting to expand for KraV.
All right, we're in map number 2 here on Terranus Stands. In the bottom right-hand side, we got the French Undead player playing for Frenchcraft. It's KraV. And in the northwest, playing Night Elf representing Ukraine, it's Foggy. Most likely should be a Warden here a lot of the time on this map. Very, very strong. You start with level 2. You kind of hope that you're going to find one of those greater mana, the dreaded greater mana for the extra 250 mana, which you can even combo with some of the items that you can drop that will give you even more mana.
Yeah, that's it's very important to get good items, and it's much more important for the Warden that it's nice for the Crypt Lord. Talked about how good the Wand of Manus thing was for him last game, but the Warden, if she gets that potion of greater mana, can just chase the Crypt Lord around all game, and eventually you're going to get that kill. And with that, there's no chance for an expansion at all. Wisp is going to go into the main base for Foggy and see everything. Very important to scout, not only against KraV now, but for KraV to scout against Foggy after that hidden expansion last game.
Yeah, KraV has to be anticipating Warden, so what's his reaction to that? It seems like he doesn't really care so much for what Foggy is doing as far as heroes go. He's just happy to go for his own Crypt Lord, level up that Impel, and very curious whether he would still try that Frostworm composition or finally add statues here. Really, that last game, I feel like even without 2 statues, just one statue on mana would help him tremendously, because Demon Hunter was only level 1 and then 2 for a very long time, so that's only mana burn level 1. You can't really keep up very well against Tri-Hero usually in these conditions.
Yeah, there's so much utility from one Slaughterhouse too. He could have got one Disease Cloud Abomination paired with that statue, and then the Slaughterhouse would have definitely been worthwhile with a couple of upgrades. You know, you can even get a single Destroyer with the Gargoyles to deal with the Entangle. There's a lot of things you can get out of it. But maybe he did go for that 70 food kind of human-esque fiend statue. All in on, I think it was Echo Isles yesterday, so maybe this is the map for that if he can secure an expansion. Maybe he'll go away from the Gargoyles.
Yeah, it was a great timing actually that he hit yesterday on Echo Eye. Like the way he played it really caught Foggy off guard as well. And I think he was really a way to fight before Foggy could get the 80 supply online with the Mountain Giants, where it becomes so much harder to actually fight effectively. Warden shows up already, Fan of Knives, 2 ghouls are going to go down immediately. Crypt Lord kind of stuck on level 1. This is quite bad of a start here for KraV. Double abolition on those beetles. And Foggy is saying, go back to your base and stay there. I haven't given you permission to leave yet.
Yeah, and Wanda Mana-Stone, that's going to be great against the Crypt Lord. Scroll the Beast is going to be good in the future, but not going to be good to get him out of that base. Oh, the Berserker might be stolen, actually. Foggy could have double Berserker, and we saw how effective he's gonna pick up at least one, probably going to pick up the second soon as well. I believe he's expanding as well at the same time as this. Yeah, he is building a Tree of Life by the shop, so this is good from Foggy, man. This is... It's similar to what Twisted Meadows looked like before that 5-minute GG, and here goes KraV going for the expansion. Is he biting off more than he can chew? There's no Shadow Strike, but Fan of Knives is going to be just as good.
Oh, the item, the item. Oof. Okay, it's going to go around. There is Blink, but you want to be careful about not blinking in, because it's a long cooldown, and then you would have been surrounded. Of course, there's Shadow Melt, but there's Dust. So, KraV being very careful with this. And he's doing a very good job with the Warden, just threatening. Can he get the steal? Doesn't even try and go for it here. The Warden probably would be happy to kill 1 or 2 ghouls, get level 3, and KraV could be in trouble. Ghouls coming from the other side, but he really doesn't have that many units in position here to fight this effectively. And that once that Warden gets level 3, that's going to be Shadow Strike level 2. Sorry, Fan of Knives level 2, hitting all of these ghouls.
Yeah, that's going to be a disaster if this Warden can get up to level 3. If KraV can prevent that for a while, he may be able to secure this expansion, but if the Wisp comes in and gets a detonate on anything, that's going to be level 3 and 315 mana on the Warden. Oh, it's a disaster. There's level 3. Here's the level 2 Fan of Knives. 1 ghoul goes down, another 2 about to fall. The Ziggurat cancel for what, the 4th time? And maybe for the 4th time, Foggy's going to be beating KraV. But yeah, there's still a little bit more mana. There's another Fan of Knives, but the Warden may have to back off.
Yeah, Foggy is getting everything he needs on the other side of the map at the same time as well. Yeah, he's got the Huntress all about to finish, the expansion about to finish, and his tech just finished. So he literally is going to have everything to start. Lores, going to Dryads. The Warden already being level 3 is amazing here. And KraV is in a world of trouble. Like, what does he do from here? I see nothing in production tab other than he's getting a single ghoul right now.
Yeah, that's rough, and he's lost so many of those ghouls. He's really reproducing them just to lose them to Fan of Knives yet again, it feels like, and he's reproducing another Acolyte to try to expand yet again. But yeah, the lures are going to be up soon. Foggy will have to go back to creep his expansion. I'm wondering if he's going to pick up a Panda and start creeping into 3 while harassing with this Warden. I think that'd be a great choice, and there it is from the Tavern, the Panda. He's going to go creep the expansion. Ancient of War should be in position to maybe take another camp afterwards, although I believe it's also at the expansion. But yeah, this is rough. The Crypt Lord is so low. There's ghouls that are going to try to help, but the blink in. Does he have another Fan of Knives? It looks like he has enough mana. Oh, he needs another hit, though.
Oh, Panda shows up, and it feels like KraV is on his last few forces here to try and come back in this game somehow. KraV is completely out of there. He can't just fight with just these few ghouls. He's infinitely behind in this game. Warden shows up. Fan of Knife on all of the ghouls. Foggy is about to punch his ticket here. Straight to the semi-finals where Happy is waiting the Emperor. Usually that's a matchup you will see in the grand finals. But Hawk was able to kind of disturb that here with a victory against Foggy in this group. But Foggy looking incredible here right now in this matchup against KraV.
Yeah, and what a story that would be if Foggy could make it out of this match into the grand finals, perhaps against Happy, from ESL Cup champion against Happy a few weeks ago to now, you know, the ESL Championship final beating Happy. That would be quite the story, but he's still got to make it out of this game. He's definitely in a good position to do so. But yeah, the Panda's going to creep. KraV is still trying, of course. This is his last chance to make it into the top 4. So, you know, hats off to him for continuing to try. But yeah, there's the Wisp stopping that expansion again. The tech is only 50% done, and the Fiends are on the way, and the Crippler has not yet healed.
He's finally about to get level 3. That feels like it took forever. I mean, Warden's almost level 4. Foggy easily could start harassing that Acolyte line, and again he gets a great item. Those drops last game were really incredible for him, as opposed to KraV, who got a lot of bad stuff. And the trend continues here with a mana pendant on the Panda, one of the best things you have to have right now.
I think the Warden was trying to staff to that Wisp because the Crippler was low, but the Wisp died, so the staff got cancelled, and now the Harass is potentially cancelled as well. But Foggy's sharking around looking for the Crippler. He knows there's no town portal.
Look at KraV, he's smiling.
The Crippler is low.
I think he knows he's in trouble. He's trying to have some fun with it. So he's like, oh yeah, this is going terrible. Smile, awkward smile. Or maybe he's like, this is fine. Like that.
I win, easy.
I think he understands how bad this is going right now, but he doesn't feel like there's much he can do. Like if you go to the side of the map of the Night Elf, then he's sitting there with Moonwells. He can heal easily. You're never going to get a favorable fight. So obviously this is a very important tournament. There's a lot on the line, so he's going to hang in there, try and somehow get some sort of comeback going. But it's looking very difficult right now.
This Warden might be able to just chase down the Crippler. Nice block. He's literally got an army of summons here. But Blink, how much mana is there? There's almost full mana. Potion has Panda has a Potion of Invisibility. Weird, he sells it. He did that yesterday. He actually, Foggy misbought the wrong item, bought a Tome of Retraining. Okay, he's going to use it. But the Crippler doesn't look like it's going to fall just yet.
Yeah, because he has
Expansion's mining. Oh, he had boots, okay.
Yeah, if he didn't have boots, he'd be dead. Usually it's the opposite. So the Warden has the boots. Yeah, that would have been 100% dead. But now he was able to just kind of outrun the Warden this one time.
Yeah, one time, but maybe not again. Once the Panda comes in... Oh, I guess the Invis Pod is so that Foggy can go in for the Acolytes once KraV leaves. So it's gonna get worse. As soon as KraV, you know, gets a little bit of confidence back, leaves his base, tries to go out into the world, out that door, it's going to be all of his Acolytes going out the back door into the trash.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Yep.
And the Crippler is like, well, yeah, I'm not one of the thickest heroes in the game. But this Brewmaster is also looking pretty thick. And an ambushed Panda! What is going on? The Ninja Panda! Oh, he has a Sentry Ward.
Oh my god, okay, he just... nice Sentry Ward, I guess, okay. Reasonable. And the units are creeping on the right side. Foggy going tier 3, 2 Moonwells, Bears on the way, +1 attack on the way. The Mercs have put in so much work. Foggy hasn't even lost a unit yet. I think he's only detonated Wisps this whole game. He's still got that Priest from earlier. He's got his single Archer still from the Ancient of War creep, and this is, yeah, Breath of Fire, Fan of Knives is going to destroy this entire army.
Yeah, let's see if Impel can land on all those mercenaries here. They can feed a lot of experience, and KraV definitely can use that right now. Fan of Knives, was that for one single Fiend? Not the most effective, but I guess that's a kill at least.
Under attack.
A couple of units are pretty good. He's getting his first unit kills of the game, getting a bit more experience, and maybe if Foggy overstays his welcome before he's got Master Bears unlocked, maybe the expansion could go down, but right now he's trading Archers for Fiends. Definitely going to favor Foggy on 2 base. A couple of Archers do go down with that Priest as well, though, so not bad pickoffs for KraV, but just 34 supply. Foggy's 1,200 gold. Getting Bears soon enough. The Panda going into the main base. This is what I'm talking about. The Acolytes are going to fall. Tier 3 just now finishing, so KraV can replace those, but you can't replace the gold mine if you don't have any acolytes left.
How did this even happen? He has a Warden and a Panda attacking a gold mine right now behind a line of ziggurats. White KraV is out on the map creeping without a town portal. You need to go home and defend, mate. Breath of Fire landing on the ghouls and on the acolytes with Drunken Haze. They're gonna take extra damage as well. So many of the units have gone down. KraV needs to run back home. Foggy is expanding on KraV's expansion on Tirana stand.
It's an absolute disaster for KraV. He's about to lose his last acolytes, his last ghouls, and look at the gold, 36 in his bank account. 46 now, but it's soon gonna be 0 after this gold mine goes down. And he's not even trying to defend, because how do you get back there? You mentioned the Panda and the Warden having a party behind the block ziggurats. How are you supposed to defend? Nothing can get back there. You got Fiends and 2 fat heroes. The gold mine's gonna fall. KraV is trying his best, but Foggy, I think, is gonna take this 2-0.
Yeah, it's so funny. He's not even running home. He's like, well, if I can't even mine gold, then I'll get gold by creeping out on the map. Foggy engaging with just his army. Like, what is going on? His heroes are not even there. This one bear. What is he doing? He's getting abolished on all of the Beatles as well. He's still getting experience despite not even actually being there with the heroes. One bear trying to get out. There's an impale. Staff in by the Warden, I can only assume. And the Panda. I mean, why not both of them?
All right, this could be the last fight. There's no town portal. There's Tri-Hero, the Lich is on the way, but the Panda and the Warden can do much better than the army, and the army was almost soloing the heroes of KraV. It's going to be another Breath of Fire. It's going to be another Fan of Knives. Drive's trying to kite back, and Foggy on 17, 1,800 gold, 3 Chimera Roosts, Todd. Here we are seeing it again. Moon did it earlier, and now Foggy, emulating his sensei, is going for it again. Oh, 4.
KraV, yeah, KraV couldn't afford to get the orb on the Lich.
Oh, yeah.
It feels so awkward to see a Lich without an orb at this stage in the game here with Tri-Hero. Hey, this is
4 acolytes. Okay, he just now got his 5th acolyte, finally.
What hit points does the gold mine of KraV have? In the main base? Can we check? Okay, so it was pretty close to dying. I could see Foggy following this up, you know, a cheeky Zeppelin.
Yeah. Or just a Panda going in, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, KraV at least scouting that his expansion has been taken. Is like, you gotta be kidding me. But yeah, Foggy's not kidding. He's got 1,600 gold already. And 4 Chimera Roosts. I guess the KraV who just got his first tab bomb is happy. He's like, oh, I got an abomination, I got a chance. And Foggy's like, do you?
Yeah, and Foggy's gonna go straight from 50 to 70. Well, he's 51 now, with 50 to 70, 70 to 90, and that's gonna be 8 Chimeras on the field. And you know, you get Corrosive Breath, and that gold mine's on 200 health, but it doesn't matter if it was on 2,000 health. Once 8 Chimeras are in your base, the question is, when is he going to start pumping those units? He's already broken upkeep with it. Looked like a single wisp. Okay, and here they come. Yeah, there's 4 Chimeras coming for Foggy and the main base. Yet again, the harassment. Foggy's just having fun at this point, I'm sure.
Yeah, he's loving it right now. He's practicing his macro muscles, you know, he's flexing them. 4 Chim in production tab. That looks unreal right now. Sends the Panda to the back of the gold mine, gets the snipe on this. KraV with absolutely no income against the 2 base Night Elf, taking the 3rd base in the top right hand side. Impale will land on all of the wisps, and he gets snipes on this, but KraV 34 supply. He knew there was probably going to be a base up there by this point. As somebody who's once upon a time stayed too long in the game as well, and had a rough time because of it, I can kind of understand him staying, because, you know, it's such an important game in the tournament, but by now it should be starting to really sink in for KraV that it feels like it's almost not winnable anymore at all.
And you can never really tell how much of a bank your opponent has. If you don't see many units, sometimes you think, oh, I must have done some real damage. Maybe he invested too much into that expansion that I just killed. You know, maybe if all my heroes are alive, I can do something. But at this point, honestly, man, I don't think if KraV had 10-10-10 heroes, if he could win this game still.
Well, with 1 statue, probably.
Maybe. Triple ultimate, maybe a base race with Death and Decay, but as it stands, all the Ziggurats are about to fall. Panda, no more Breath of Fire, but doesn't really matter. Is there more Chimeras coming out? He's staying above high upkeep, Foggy, because he doesn't have much lumber, but Yeah, that's a lot of chimps.
Maybe the most chimps I've seen in one game, other than outside of FFA games, of course. Corrosive Breath was made. He might just eliminate him.
Yeah, I think that's probably the play. I mean, that's what I would do. That would be the funnest way to do this, I think. And, you know, mass expansion's coming up as well. A Shredder would be great. I don't think Foggy has one. No, he does not. He's got good upgrades.
Is that a sacrificial pit I'm seeing in the production? Or even multiple sacrificial pits?
Is this... Oh.
He's gonna cancel it. What?
All right. Building buildings to try to stay in the game, to try to win the base race. Maybe the Lich will miraculously get level 6.
I think he's seeing the chimps now. I see a unit nearby. Look, he's smiling. KraV knows. He saw the chimp roast, he's probably like, oh no. Why am I doing this?
Here they
He's
are.
giving us a show.
Oh my god, they have Corrosive Breath. Look at the damage. Look at he's actually town portaling Foggy. Kill a building before you town portal. He takes his hands off his keyboard yet again, but not. Oh my god, the one shot on the Lich, 2 shot on the Death Knight. GG is called and Foggy makes it out 2-0.